Hello and welcome to my instructional video on how to trim your rat's nails without the assistance of a second person. I personally have never needed assistance from anyone else to trim my rat's nails. Obviously some of my guys came to me as little babies and they were conditioned to be used to nail trimming from a young age, but guys like this guy came to me quite a bit older. I believe Splinter here was probably about 8-9 months old when he came to me already, and he had never had his nails trimmed before. So it can be done with one person. You just need a lot of patience with the rat. Eventually they learn that what you're doing isn't going to hurt them. They should calm down, and as long as they're nice and still, everything goes smoothly. So what you'll need for this video is obviously a rat with its nails long that need to be trimmed. And you are going to need preferably a pair of human nail trimmers. That's what I prefer to use. I know other people prefer to use small animal or cat trimmers that have the guillotine effect. But for this one, I prefer the use of human nail trimmers. I feel that you can see what you're doing a little bit better and it makes it easier to cut precisely. So I always like to start with front nails first. So all you're going to do is you're going to pick your rat up like this, so he's on his back legs and his back is up against your stomach. And you're going to support him with your hand, and with your thumb and your pointer finger, you're going to grab one of his little feet. And all you want to do is go in and find right where that pink part of the nail starts, and you want to cut right up until that point. And if your rat is struggling, just hold them firmly, not too tight, but firm, and wait until they stop struggling. And then once they've stopped struggling, you can go ahead and continue trimming nails. Always remember, only go up until the pink part. If you go any further, your rat's nail will start bleeding. You've reached the quick, which is the vein in the nail that supplies blood. If you do happen to quick your rat's nail and they start bleeding, you want to always have either a quick stop from your local pet shop on hand, or if you don't have a pet shop that you can buy quick stop from, you can use flour or cornstarch as well. Both will work to stop the bleeding. Quick stop is just a little bit more immediate. So you want to have one of those two on hand, just in case. So we've got one done here, and then with the other one, obviously I can't have my original hand across his chest anymore, so I'm going to come across his chest with the hand holding the nail trimmers instead this time. So that just offers him a little bit of support, and I can move his little whiskers out of the way so I'm not chopping those off too. And I'll just go in right up to the pink on all of the nails. And as you can see, even though we've been doing this for a very long time, some of my rats still put up a fight for it. It's not their favorite thing in the world. But you just have to be calm and patient with them. Give them a little pet and a stroke and massage while you're doing it. And if they need a break, go ahead and give them one. You certainly don't need to get everything done in one sitting. If they can only handle having one foot done at a time, then you're welcome to stop and give them a break. And continue on after they've had some time to forget about the horrible things you've done to them and calm down. Perfect. So that's the front nails done. They're often a little bit harder than the back nails, and that's why I like to do them first, because the rat is going to be less frustrated and angry with you when you're doing the first initial ones. So the back nails, they're a lot easier to hold on to, so they can't slip their little feet away from you, and they can't squirmy worm their way out of your hands. So all you're going to do for the back nails is have the rat facing towards the crook of your elbow here, and you're going to have them supported up with your arm. And all you're going to do is you're going to poke this little foot backwards and grab a hold of it with your thumb and your forefinger again. And we're just going to do the exact same thing that we did with the front nails. We're just going to clip all the way down to where the nail turns pink. And there we go, that's back foot number 1. And then number 2 is often a little bit harder. You have to get them on a different angle. You can't do the same angle as the first one unless you're ambidextrous and you can use both of your hands to trim their nails. So it's a little bit harder on this one sometimes. Let's see what way works best for him today. Sometimes you're able to get them into a position one time, other times they don't quite feel that that position is going to work for them. So you've got to experiment and find something that works the same. So we'll see if I can't just poop him backwards here. So he's being pretty good for his back nails, so I think this is going to work for us. Oh, one more. One more. I still need that. There we go. So Splinter's all done here. As you can see, he's a fairly easygoing rat, so that wasn't too hard. It wasn't very stressful for him, and I didn't have to struggle with him too much. He didn't need any breaks between nails, and he was a really good boy. So we're gonna go ahead and put Splinter away, and we'll just recap everything with my other rat. He might put up a little bit more of a fight, but who knows, he might be even better. We all have our good days and our bad days. So we'll be right back, and we'll get our other rat, and we'll give Splinter a big hug and a kiss and a good treat, because he was a very good boy for you guys. Alright, so we're back with rat number 2. So this is a rat. He has been having his nails trimmed since about the same age as Splinter, so approximately 8-9 months old. He came to me as a rescue, so I have not had him since a baby. So he's not quite as conditioned as some of the rats I've had in the past. But this guy, you might hear some vocal protest from him. He likes to scream about a lot of things. He's a fairly insecure rat. But we're going to see if we can't get through his little toenails today. So again, you just want to have him up on his back legs so his back is up against your stomach. You want to be supporting him with one front hand, so he's got something to lean against on his chest. And again, we're just going to take our nail clippers and we're going to go all the way up to the little pink part of the nail. And clip them nice and short. So some of the reasons why you might want to trim your rat's nails, in this guy's case, it is because if his back nails are left long, he does what's called self-barbering. And that means that he scratches himself with his back claws until he ends up bleeding. So we want to trim his nails so that he doesn't do that to himself anymore. Another one of the reasons why you might want to trim your rat's nails are because they're long, and when you hold your rats, they are poking and scratching you. Lots of people are what is considered to be allergic to rat scratches, which basically means that you don't need to worry, you're not allergic to your rats, you're actually allergic to and becoming sensitive to any of the dirt, the urine, fecal matter that might be on their nails when they scratch you that gets into the cut they've created, and that creates the irritation. So don't worry about it. No, you're not actually allergic to your rat. You're just allergic and sensitive to all of the foreign matter that might be underneath their long toenails when they scratch you. So that's another good reason to trim your rat's nails, is that they're scratching you. And it would be nice if that would stop. So that's one of the reasons. Another one of the reasons is exactly the opposite of the self-barbering, which is barbering another rat. So rats can definitely use their claws and injure another rat if they are long. So overall, it's a good idea to have them used to the nail trimming. Have them used to it as young as possible. And typically I'd say you want to trim their nails about once every week or two. It really depends on the individual rat. Some rats are actually quite awesome. I've had rats in the past that chewed their own nails down. So that's always good. That means that you never, ever have to trim them. The rat always keeps them nice and short themselves. There we go. Oh, there goes some screaming. That's just his natural reaction to being picked up. I'm not sure what happened to him in his old home as far as being picked up. I think maybe there was children and children didn't always support him. He's quite a big rat. So he needs 2 hands to be picked up. So I'm not sure if children in his own home might have done one-handers on him, and now he's a little bit nervous about getting picked up because he's not sure if you're going to do it the right way or the wrong way. But we've got one more little itty-bitty rat nail here. Perfect. And there we go. All done. No blood, no trauma, only a tiny little bit of screaming. And then afterwards, lots of kisses and lots of pets because these guys were such good boys for you. Well, thank you for watching. I hope that this helps those of you out who maybe don't have a helping hand with their rats. I know in the beginning it's a lot easier to have a helping hand, but it is possible to do it by yourself. So if you don't have someone to help you with your rats, don't worry about it. Just follow the instructions I've given you here and you should be able to work it out between the two of you, you and your rat. Just remember, if the rat is struggling and you're not getting anywhere with him, you can go ahead and try and give him breaks. But if he's just being a little bit squirmy, just hold him firm, give him pets, let him calm down a little bit, and he should calm down enough that you can continue with it. Just don't give in. Don't let him win. If you hold him to the point where he calms down, he realizes that wiggling isn't going to get him out of anything. So they're kind of like dogs and children in that aspect. But thank you for watching. Maybe we'll see you again for another instructional video soon. Thanks!